back air or like forward air one or just like setting up whatever crazy situation. Like, it's just not a tool that he needs terribly much in a lot of matchups. So I think players are opting to expand the punish game and neutral game on other items.
Well, anyway, speaking of items, Mollo's on the screen. We got abruh and Spyker.
Oh, here we go.
This is probably the staple matchup of AFC nowadays. We got a lot of Forsburns and more than a couple Mollos.
Thank God my character's not dead.
Yeah. Take down strongman. But
this matchup's really interesting. Like, I think Force does pretty well in it. Like, I think it might be slightly his favor. But it's like, I don't know. Mollo's such a wild card, just such an unknown variable.
Yeah, for sure. I'm reminded of like
throw off Force's tempo. Just makes getting smoke out difficult.
Great.
Approaching with bad timing's hard.
Clearing smoke. I mean, it's one of those matchups for Mollo where it's like it's bad, kind of, but also you can just win if you do it right.
Right.
Like with like Crag, for example. Crag is famously bad matchup for Mollo, but like you get one read off stage and he's dead. I think this matchup really comes down to if Force is on stage, Force is winning because he just does so much more damage and he has much better neutral into Mollo because of the disjoint. Mollo really struggles against that. But if Force is off stage, Mollo really likes that. It really just comes down to like the edge guarding and Force. Edge guarding Forsburn is very dynamic. There's a lot of routes you can do, and there's also a lot of ways to cover them. You have to generally be super proactive. So it's something where familiarity with a matchup comes into play a lot. And Spyker plays against me like basically every week, so I'm sure he is at no deficit in that regard. But you know, like we mentioned earlier, super common character in LG or AFC, Forsburn as well. But it doesn't look like that's gonna stop Spyker for this first game. That's the 3-stock to open it up on Tower Heaven.
Yeah, I mean, showing his dominance in the matchup. The practice coming into play here. Like, abruh, incredibly strong Mollo. Like, like aside from you, I guess, like, I don't know, like, on him as a secondary Mollo, I guess.
Yeah, I think abruh's the second best Mollo for sure.
Yeah, like, one of the premier Mollos who's just been doing, especially, like, I feel like almost like kind of an unsung hero, like just a player who's been really on the rise.
Yep, he was like, especially like, you know, he was the one who really developed like this character's routes just with normals, I think. Because for a long time you had like premier Mollos like Colby and ZB who didn't do that much in the way of like combo heavy gameplay. Abruh was all about the normals and kind of still is. And that's led him to have some of the best, like, just basic and consistent punish routes of any Mollo I've seen. Right. But I think a big problem with a matchup like this is you really are playing the punish game to get Forsburn off stage. And from there you need to have like your bomb setups. You need to do all sorts of wacky stuff with your bombs to get smoke out of the way and get Forsburn in a position where you can like parry his up or whip punish it reliably, stop him from getting smoke, stop him from getting clone, and actually like start rinse repeating him. And I know abruh can do it, but, you know, like we said, Spyker's got a lot of experience here.
Knows how to get around all those tricky setups. Able to string that combo route. Really interesting pathing there.
No combust there. Go scramble here.
A bit more of a consistent, favorable setup.
Forgets the ledge dash. Oh, yeah, this punishes from parry. Great patience from Spyker there.
That's one thing I've noticed about abruh, is it feels like every time they do the invincible ledge dash, they always down tilt out of it. So it's like something that you can be ready to space for.
It's a great option. I mean, the two things Mollos will usually do out of ledge dash is down tilt or up tilt. It's up tilt if you're above you, down tilt if you're not. Very rarely we will do nothing, but ledge dash stops you from being able to roll, it stops you from being able to jump, it stops you from being able to parry, because you can't do any of that during waveland, and the invisibility doesn't last long enough to protect you outside of the waveland.
Okay.
So you are basically forced to do an aggressive option, and that's one of the easiest ways to punish it, is to like space around that threat range and try to whip punish whatever option they do, because they're never going to be able to do an actual defensive button out of the ledge dash and be invisible with it.
Spyker with a strong game 2 there as well, finishing up with that sour pair into the down air.
Absolutely, a little less strong. We saw abruh do much better that game.
What do you think of this stage in the matchup?
This stage, I don't usually like it in terms of starters. I mean, force floor, the ceiling can be nice. Mollo does like kills off the top, but I think he likes kills off the bottom more. I think that's probably going to be a little different for abruh. He goes for like less edge guards and more like direct conversions or like cherry bomb sort of kills. So maybe the ceiling will help him out a lot here. Definitely one thing is not letting Forsburn have platforms is really nice. I actually think FD and Jules Veil are some of the best counterpicks Mollo has in this matchup, which is normally really tough because Forsburn kind of likes the same stages Mollo does, but more.
Right.
So finding a good counterpicks can be hard. It's like Treetop, Jules Veil, and FD. And those are so, outside of Treetop, those are so, like, abnormal for counterpicks as Mollo. I definitely can see Forest Floor being a good pick here, even though I would normally not go here in many matchups. And there's a great F-Strong catching the landing. This is relatively even, doing a lot better than the first two games.
With this stage. Because I feel like it gives you the duality of being an FD, like, where you have the space to kind of do your shenanigans, but also Mollo having pretty strong flat drop aerials as far as that goes. And having access to them just within certain areas of the stage. Though Forsburn, obviously no slouch in that regard.
Yeah, absolutely. I think it'll help out abruh a lot, especially when he's edge guarding, because those platforms are in perfect position to just like sort of sit on them. And you can be a lot safer from like uppy or clone when you're on those. And even though it's not going to like prevent Forsburn, or it's not going to enable Forsburn too much of like getting really strong flat drop aerial pressure. Wow, that down B almost hitting there. Good tech from Spyker, but
Good ledge coverage going out so far from abruh, but gonna lose it off with a back air.
Bank Backfire not going to get punished. Back in center stage, but there's a lot of smoke here. Yes, the HPC not going to follow it up. Waits out the cape. No whip punish, though. Didn't DI that F-Strong properly. Still relatively even, but unfortunately going to get hit by the bomb there. A little bit of a bounce. Trying to go for the down B read up.
Spyker wasn't trying to reversal that situation so much as he was just trying to make space for himself again.
That's true, yeah.
The smoke setup was so important there, and losing it was just like that was the priority, was getting it back instead of rushing the kill.
And now this is like really dangerous. You want to get rid of Combust somehow, yeah, and killing him is the easiest way to do that. Because that was like kill percent there for a second, and now abruh is in a much safer position. Finisher though, good DI there.
Kind of on his last legs here.
That's the ledge dash. Combust is online again though, so it's just going to take like one up air or one forward air.
Just be really patient coming out of this corner.
Yeah. A little bit of a flood going off stage there, but is able to recover more or less fine. I love this conversion there. HPC out of the dash attack into the reverse up tilt. Not going to convert to the edge guard though. Gets rid of Combust, but this is down strong percent now.
Got to be careful. There's the delay on the up strong. Yep.
Yeah, Spyker loves doing those.
That's how they get you. You think it's over.
Yeah, he got him for sure. That's the 3-0s from Spyker. They were definitely keeping it close on that